When we smile, we reduce the rigidness of our cells, and this physical relaxation can help combat the risk of stress-induced cell mutations that can lead to the development or persistence of various cancers. Now that's sweet right there. We need to smile a little more because I know cancer run in my family. I don't know about you, but it does run in mine. Smiling boosts your productivity. The benefits of putting a grin on your face at the office don't begin and end with the mood boost. That dose of happiness can help you make a more productive employee as well. In 2010, a team of economic researchers found that happiness has a significant and causal effect on productivity in the workplace. And just as the positive emotions prove invigorating, negative ones are equally draining. Smiling makes you more creative. The same mood boost can get those creative juices flowing. A 2013 study from the University of California, San Francisco, explored this connection in men and found that those who were happier had a more comprehensive approach to problems, improving their ability to think of more solutions than their negative-minded counterparts. The researchers connected this finding to the release of dopamine triggered by happiness, since the neurotransmitter is involved in learning, processing, and decision-making. Smiles are free. This all-around mood booster is one of the few available to you each day at no cost whatsoever. So why not take advantage of your own power to create happiness? And that is our quote for the day. Oops, that is our EDU for our lives. Yeah, so when we come back, we're going to do some quote for the day. And stay tuned for that because I'm going to give you a little storytelling on the Dale Carnegie series that I read in the How to Win Friends and Influence People. So stay tuned, y'all. Don't go nowhere. One.
Hurry. Bitch, I'ma get rich or die trying. I'ma get rich or I'ma die trying. I'm on that 50 shit. I'ma get rich or I'ma die trying. I'm on that 50 shit. I'ma get rich or I'ma die from the know ya. Get popped and they talking about soda. I'm spitting that venom like Cobra. I needed you, what was your shoulder? Like fuck if you family, either act like it or it's fuck you. I don't got friends, I don't trust them. Keep a side bitch, I don't trust them.
Coming from rags to riches. These bad as snitches. These be bad for business. I'm coming from rags to riches. Yeah, that bag, I get it. These bad as snitches. Yeah, they bad for business. I'm coming from rags to riches. Yeah. Look, it's showtime, let's rock it. Baby, 4-5, that's a rocket. It's the most high, no closet. But this rap shit, what's the topic? Been blackballed for too long. I'm finna get this poppin'. Independent, no shopping. Profits, we about to profit. I say profits, we about to profit. Ain't a man living that can stop it. Breaking records like a coalition. 10-year run, no forfeiting. Real rap like prohibition. These balls is what's gonna stop it. Shout out to the pen, nigga. Last name be pen, nigga. Watch me move this pen, nigga. Young nigga finna get this poppin'. All gas, no stopping. Young nigga finna get this poppin'. Shout out to the pen, nigga. Last name be pen, nigga. Watch me move this pen, nigga. Young nigga till they get this poppin'. I'm coming from rags to riches. Yeah, that bag, I get it. These niggas is bad for business. These niggas is bad as snitches. Yeah. Look, rag to riches. Niggas is bad for business. Niggas is bad as snitches. No plug looking for a socket. No turkey stuffing in the pocket. Ain't shit stopping this from dropping. That real shit was popping. Change came with the time. Gang with the rhyme. Switch the frame of your mind. Found my lane, watch how I lock it, Pick a city, I'ma rock it, Catch 'em itching, I'ma drop it. Your finger itching, I'ma pop it. Grown up man, don't play with mine. True for one, what's poppin'? In a booth, nigga, no options. Got a squad cocked and locked and watch you proof it come with time. Spit the flow objects. I really lived in the projects. Nigga kill for the homage. Those who break gon' wait they time. Hit the field watching for the blocking. Watching they be watching. Real recognize real. If you ain't real, it's gon' shine. Coming from rags to riches. Yeah, that bag, I get it. These niggas bad for business. These niggas is bad as snitches. Yeah. Look, rag to riches. Niggas is bad for business. Niggas is bad as snitches. Rocket, 05, it's a rocket. The most high, no socket. The plug nigga gon' socket.
Yeah, we back, y'all. Quote for the day will be at chrisbrady.typepad, typepad.com/my_weblog/2008/01 /meaning-transce.html. January 10th, 2008, when this was posted. The title is Purpose Transcends Pleasure. And it says, Viktor Frankl, survivor of a Nazi concentration camp, who saw everything and nearly everyone in his life taken from him and destroyed, lived to teach the world from his experience. One of my favorite Viktor Frankl quotes comes from his book, Man's Search for Meaning. Quote, man's main concern is not to gain pleasure or to avoid pain, but rather to see a meaning in his life. That is why men even ready to suffer on the occasion to be sure that his suffering has meaning. The reason this is so powerful to me is that most people I met never seem to be happy, because happy is exactly what they are chasing. And as I said in the earlier post, happiness can never be captured by a direct approach. Happiness, rather, is the result of living the life God called us to live, fully utilizing his gifts for the purpose in which they were intended. This always involves serving others, by the way, and only minimally may involve pleasure, although it always involves joy. People in our society have 2 points of confusion here. First, they have believed a little too strongly in Thomas Jefferson's wording in the Declaration of Independence, where he talks about the pursuit of happiness. This phrase is certainly better than what else was considered to go into the document in its place, namely the ownership of property. Pursuing happiness is an empty endeavor. That is the first point of confusion. The more one tries to pursue happiness, the more it escapes and eludes them. Why? Because of the second point of confusion, which involves people thinking that pleasure brings happiness. Pleasure does not bring happiness, but only the increasing hunger for more pleasure. It is an endless spiral of self-serving consumption. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against having some fun and seeking some pleasure. My photo gallery on this blog is full of such moments. However, neither I, Orrin Woodward, nor any of the other top leaders with whom I am blessed to be affiliated spend nearly as much time playing or seeking pleasure as people seem to think. I have boats I use occasionally, a plane I fly when I get the chance, dune buggies and other such toys too that are dusty most of the time. Most of these are slightly used and less in the entertainment and dream building of other people. For the most part, the great leaders in my life invest their time in something a lot higher than the pursuit of pleasure. And that brings us back to Frankel's quote. Paraphrasing, the main concern is not the pursuit of pleasure or avoidance of pain, but the yearning to see meaning in life, even to the point where suffering is found to be an acceptable cost in the name of purpose. Another Frankel quote goes like this, quote, in some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning, end quote. Why is all of this important? Because this principle of making one's life about purpose rather than pleasure in the hunt for happiness is the key to the beginning of leadership. In the last post, we discussed how leadership was an inside job and relied upon the inner spark of a leader. It is not something that can be imposed from without. It is something that must be nurtured from within. Where does this come from? Purpose. Having trouble gutting up and leading? Keep getting distracted with the shiny objects on the side of life's road? Finding it hard to motivate yourself? Having trouble getting yourself to do what you know you should do? Making excuses for the lack of performance? Blaming others because they aren't meeting your needs? These are all signs that you are not in touch with your purpose. To quote author Dan Castro, quote, happiness, therefore, does not come from elimination of pain, but from the realization of purpose. Want to be happy? Want real pleasure? Get in touch with God's purpose for your life. Remember, you don't determine your purpose. You discover it. Arriving at your purpose in life is a bit of an archaeology project. It's something that is carefully unearthed one stone at a time. But it's there, deep inside, waiting to be found. Dig carefully and find it. And you will not only make a difference in this world with the gifts God has given you, but you just might find some real happiness along the way. And stop waiting. You don't have forever. And that is our quote for the day. If you began to get out of sync with the live show that's going on at this present time, I'm still on the same line live. Just follow through. If you feel a cutoff, just go through your playlist, click the button that says live now, because it will say that, and just follow along. So if that ever happens to you guys, you get off connection, just go to the next show, and I'll be there because I'm still live. All right. So I'm going to just touch base on a little bit here on the Dale Carnegie series. I was reading chapter 4 in part 3, or one of those. No one likes to take orders. And it was an American story from Dale Carnegie himself that talked about some guys smoking in a non-smoking area. And instead of him saying there's no smoking and getting all snappy and angry and got his fist all balled up and his unibrow is showing, you know what I'm saying, he nice and politely walked over to them with a pack of cigars, or whatever it was, gave them all lighters and showed them that it was a table set up for them for a smoking area just for them. And boy, did you see how now they are best of friends. And that was 75 years ago when this book was written. But it's a great example on how putting a smile on your face and have a positive attitude aurora around you that just makes people change the way they do things. And it wasn't out of resentment or anger. So that's really all I had to say. Good afternoon, morning, and evening. And I will see you soon. Peace.
We are now transferring you to a customer care rep. Please hold the line and we will answer your call as soon as possible. Thank you for choosing us. By the way, to ensure you're getting great service, your call may be recorded or monitored.